But he's lacking this leadership. He's lacking this being a role model. He's lacking all these qualities of showcasing love and mercy and grace and joy. He's lacking all these things. He is not showcasing it for the world to see. He's showcasing pettiness. He's showcasing all these other things. And that's sad. So what's up, everybody? We're going to be talking about Pete Davidson, right? So we all understand, we all heard him and Kim split. I was reading this article. It said from his close friends that she wanted to be single and kind of date around, and that he's very bummed out about this, right? But then what doesn't make any of this any better is Kanye's reaction and response to the split, making fun of Pete Davidson, saying rest in peace to Pete Davidson, and then taking a shot at Kid Cudi as well. So the report said that he is now going to trauma therapy because of all this, right? Mental health is big, mental health is huge, and they said that he's going to put all his focus on his career and on his future, right? So before we get into all that, if you listen to my last video, it was about leadership and role models. See, Kanye, for a good period, right, we know that he was talking this big game of being a Christian and all these different things. So with how he's been handling things, especially with Kim and Pete's relationship, or at least when there was a relationship, right? You know, all this stuff. He was not being a good leader. He lacked the qualities of being a good leader. And he lacked being a good role model. And that's the thing that I'm wanting to talk about, is this, right? See, because of Kanye's actions, because of his lack of leadership, his lack of being a good role model and being a good representation of Christ. Don't get me wrong, I ain't trying to take shots at Kanye, because if we're going to be honest, and that's the one thing about me, maybe other Christians out there, we know them, we've been them, right? They don't want to acknowledge that they're also flawed and they make mistakes as well. I made my mistakes. I regret all the mistakes I have made. And that's why I'm not afraid to be like, you know what? I'm in the same boat. I'm with you, Kanye. Nobody's perfect in this life that we're trying to live like Christ. We're going to fall. We're going to fall and fail a lot of times. So, P going into trauma therapy because of this, and now just focusing on his career, just trying to have his mental state, his mental health right, is crucial in this, right? It's crucial because here's a guy that, you know, supposed to be this good guy, right? Good dad, you know, took care of Kim even when they weren't together, all these different things, right? And he's supposed to be this representation of a Christian, but he's lacking this leadership. He's lacking this being a role model. He's lacking all these qualities of showcasing love and mercy and grace and joy. He's lacking all these things. He is not showcasing it for the world to see. He's showcasing pettiness. He's showcasing all these other things, and that's sad. But see, because of his actions, because of what he's doing, right, it's now affected Pete. So now Pete's got to go through this trauma therapy. He's got to go focus on his mental health. See, a breakup is just terrible enough, especially when the other person's just like, I kind of want to just live my life. I kind of want to wild out for a little bit. I thought I was ready for this commitment thing. I thought I was ready for that stage of my life. But you know what? I'm kind of wanting to do this other thing right now. Especially when y'all vibe, especially when y'all connect, especially when you feel like that chemistry is there, and then they go and do that to you. Heart completely broken. But then, adding the salt to the wound, Kanye had to go and do what he's done, what he did, right? And he's been doing this their whole relationship. He's been taking shots at him, calling him names, giving him the nickname Skeet, all these different things, right? Of course, that's going to affect somebody in their mental, right? That's going to affect them mentally. So, of course, it's not surprising that he has to go into trauma therapy because of this, right? Of course. I think any of us really would. Maybe if this was years ago, probably a lot of us probably wouldn't, especially if you're a guy. But I feel like mental health and all this stuff, it's now becoming something that we talk about, something that we now embrace, and something that now we're going to try to fix. So what am I saying? Pete Davidson's going through a lot, all this trauma, all these things, right? But now he's like, okay, I got to get myself right. Before I could move on, before I could take the next step into my journey, right, I need to get myself right. And he is taking the right and necessary steps to do so. And that just needs to be a reminder to anybody that we need to do exactly the same thing. We need to be able to be like, no, what? My man's right. I'm going through this. I just went through this. I went through this trial, this tribulation, this situation. In order for me to get to the next part, I need to do my part and get myself right. Get myself right. So, I hope that y'all can learn something from this. And without further ado, I'm going to have to bid y'all adieu. If you have yet to subscribe, I'd appreciate it if you do. And until next time, y'all already know. Salute. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, more than you ever know. So, Krayonn Rocket, our motto is be unique, be creative, be you. Why is this important? Because we were all created in the image of God. We were all perfectly and wonderfully made. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share it, like it, subscribe. I would appreciate it.